Good day everyone, I'm Michael Buillerey, and before I proceed to my report, let's have a recap of what Jane taught us, and she taught us about the management. So management must include first the management philosophy, its mission, vision, goals, the organizational structure, the number of employees, the board of directors, and its key officials. So this part of the financial plan will be able to provide a glimpse of what the company has to offer. So for my topic, I'll be discussing about the survey of the market and the industry. So after the discussion, the students should be able to first know what the industry analysis is and understand its importance. To properly compare the ratios of an entity with the industry ratio and know how to write and describe the market environment of the entity. So for my introduction, the survey of the market and its industry should be able to describe the market environment of that entity and its position in the market. So this is a vital part of the financial plan because it provides insights on the demands for the products or services offered in that said industry. It can also be used in comparing ratios of an entity to its industry peers. The formal survey of the industry must be able to gather the generalizations on the demand for the products or services of your subject entity and its competitors, the market share, in extreme cases, the market gap analysis, the annual sales, the characteristics of the market, the suppliers and supplies, the overall performance of the industry, and the different factors that may affect the performance of the industry in general and the market perspective, say for the next 5 years. So according to Dr. Casurao's strategic financial plan, a tool for finance managers, it can be classified into two. First is the localized and next is the broad. So for the localized industry analysis, it happens when an entity operates in a particular identified area and it has no operations elsewhere. So the proponents must include all the respondents of the subject entity with the same product or services and also with the locality and the customers. On the other hand, the broad industry analysis happens when the entity's products or services, including its operations, are offered nationwide or worldwide. So the use of the sampling method may be applied after determining the total number of companies and population per area. So the representativeness must be determined by computation of the sample through Slovin's formula. Another important set of facts that must be reflected in the financial plan are what we call the industry averages or industry ratios. So these are financial ratios, turnovers, and rates that can be used in comparing your subject and the performance of your subject entity that can be later on used in the analysis as one of the yardsticks. So similarly, it can also be classified into localized or broad. So if it is localized, the analyst must be able to obtain financial statements covering the number of years being studied from all the companies belonging in the same locality and category and also in the same industry. So self-made financial ratios must also obtain these computations from the audited financial statements belonging in the same category. Now, if it is broad, and the products may be offered nationwide or worldwide, then it is impossible to compute the self-made industry ratios. So in that case, self-made or your industry ratios must come from these agencies like BSP, PSE, PSA, and DTI. In a nutshell, the survey of the market and its industry provides an insight for the demand for products and services offered by the entity from the same industry. It can also be used in comparing your subject entity with its industry peers. So industry analysis can be classified into localized or broad. And industry ratios can be used in comparing the performance of your subject entity that can be later on used with the analysis as one of your yardsticks. So thank you so much for watching and I hope you guys learned something from it.